Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. This morning we are out in the chicken area because we have to clean this up before winter comes. We need to get new bedding down in the runs for the chickens and for the quail. We need to clean out the coop area. This will not be the last time before then because the chickens do sleep in the coop area. The babies do. But I'm going to tell you my chicken story. I'm going to give you an update on keeping chickens today, and then we have some other things we need to do. We need to get the pansies planted out. We got other stuff we need to do. Stop pecking me. So if chicken noises aren't your thing, this may not be the video for you because they are very loud, and that's just a thing. And I don't want to say very loud, but over here with them, they are loud. They do have their times during the day where they get very loud because they all make their noise at the same time. So my chicken story. My chicken story is my daughter and I went into Tractor Supply. We went into Tractor Supply to, I don't even know what we went to get from Tractor Supply. But we went into Tractor Supply. They had chickens. My daughter was like, let's get chickens. And I was like, no. And then there was a nice salesman who explained just how easy it was to raise chickens. And everything we would need. And so we ended up with chickens. Like, that's literally our chicken story. No real research. I had watched some YouTube videos where, you know, of people keeping their chickens, but no real research. And so we got chickens. We had no house for them. We had no brooder. What we did have, look how easy that is. And I just pour it out because it's gonna break down just like the other areas. But I just pour it out. Very easy to clean the coop area if you get a coop that has a slide out tray. And so I do that. The other thing we need to do is put the floor back in here. I bought some L brackets, and that's how I'm gonna try to put it back. And I don't know that it's the coop per se or the area that it's sitting in. Okay, back to the chicken story. So we had nowhere to brood them. We had no coop for them. We had nothing. I thought about it and I was like, well, we have an old dog crate. So we pulled out the old dog crate, put cardboard at the bottom portion of the crate, and that's where we brooded our first chickens. And we started out with the light, the red light, the one that gets really hot. Scared the crap out of me, so we didn't use it long. They were in my laundry room, and so I just set a heater up in my laundry room for them, and that worked out well. So we've just cleaned out the inside of this. I'll put some more bedding in it. The bedding that I took out, I'll just move around over, you know, onto the ground, and it'll break down just like everything else. Now there's a train. I'm sorry. I could put this in the compost pile. My compost pile is on the other side. I don't feel like doing that today, so we're not doing that today. So I came home with 4 chickens, 4 new chickens, with really no idea how to take care of them. I am not telling anybody else how to do that because it was kind of nerve-wracking to have something that is depending on you to live and you not actually know what to do for them. You know you need to feed them, you know you need to give them water, but not sure what else to look for. And you're not in, one second, my dog's in the garden. Puppy, bye. Everybody on the road this morning. So they're kicking around all of the new stuff I just put out here. So I'm not telling anybody to do that. It's not a bad idea to do your research, but we're kind of like that around here. We do stuff and make it work. So I'm not telling anybody else to do it. I did pick up 2 books. When I go inside, I will take a picture of them and then I'll put it on the screen for you. So I picked up 2 books and I did read some of them. And then of course you watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of people who raise chickens on YouTube. I have found that they are pretty simple to raise. I give them water, I give them food. Chickens do get diseases though, so it's important to know, you know, what to look for. So I'm just raking out the bedding that's in the run area. I'm gonna rake it right out into the larger run area because we're gonna replace all the bedding down here as well. So like I was saying, it is important to know what to look for just in case. And so that was a lot of why I was watching YouTube and things like that. And so we started out with 4. If you live in an urban setting, you'll want to check your local ordinances to see how many you can have. I'm allowed to have 6. I have 7. My neighbors don't care. So haven't gotten any complaints yet. And the reason I have 7, I got an extra in case one, you know, didn't make it, but they all made it. And I tried to give one away. My little cousin wants a chicken, but when I told her mom, like, it can't live in your house, she was like, oh, gotta put it outside. I was like, yeah. And it would be nice if they had someone to be with, so her mom decided against it. And so now we have 7. I originally purchased a coop from Tractor Supply. It was a very cheap coop. Did not last long at all. I will say, you know, if you just want to get started, it lasted for like a year. If you just want to get started and right now you don't have the money to buy like a big coop, you can also do a build. I did not do a build. I did a prefabricated coop. So came with all of the instructions, came with all the pieces, it came with all the hardware, and then I put it together. Recently, we got to get all these cobwebs out of here too. Anyway, so I do have gloves on. I know people are like, you need to put gloves on. I have gloves on for this. What was I saying? I'm sorry, I can get so off track sometimes. What was I saying? I have no idea. Oh, I was saying that I purchased a coop that was prefab. I did not buy wood and build the coop. It was a prefab coop from a company. And so what I noticed is like it didn't last. So I went and I purchased the coop that I have now, also from Tractor Supply. Much better build, and I got lucky with this one because it was the only one they had in the store, and so they delivered it to me for like $75. I got a discount because it was already built and already up in the store. It was a display, so that was pretty cool. So this coop cost $600, but it is worth it, and I think it's gonna last for a while. Like I said, I gotta put the floor back in, but I don't think that's so much the coop as my land is not level. So that's what it is. And I move the coop around when it rains because it'll settle differently and I won't be able to get the door shut. So I would also say, if you can get it leveled because you won't have as much problems. So I think in my original video, I may have like mentioned that we didn't have an enclosure for them originally. My daughter and I went and grabbed some 2x4s and maybe, I don't know the size of that wood, y'all. I ain't even gonna tell a story. And we just took a weekend. It was not even a weekend. Well, maybe it was. And we just took some time and built an enclosure because they were getting out into the garden and that wasn't working for me. So my chickens don't free range at all. Don't have the space for that. They are wide open out here today. I don't have the space for that, so they don't free range. They stay in this run area, and everyone asks what size. Before this video is over, I'm gonna grab some measuring tape, and check that for you, because I honestly have no idea. If you're not new here, I don't know how else to say it. I just don't plan like that. It's just not who I am. I plan out like what I'm gonna plant in my garden and stuff. But if it's something I want to do, I just do it. And I wouldn't get any more chickens. I don't think I have space for any more. I'm not supposed to have any more either. But I don't have space for any more. So these will be my chickens for a while. And I will show you all of them before this ends. I'm gonna be honest, my daughter knows the names. I know the names of the last three. I mean, of the first three. And I actually know their names. I just don't know which ones they are. Okay, so everything is cleaned out now. I just took out all of the old stuff, cleaned off the area where they go into the coop, and then cleaned out the coop area. So now I'll just go back through with some wood, I think it's pine shavings, and then I will put that back in there, and now they will be cleaned. The run area, I only clean like before every season because they don't stay in the run inside of the coop off, you know, much. They're normally out in the actual run. But the coop, I will have to do this again, but it's very simple. Like I said, drop it on the ground, put some more in there. Very, very simple. And the coop and the run stay really dry. There are other bedding options. I've tried hemp. It was gifted to me, and I liked it, except you needed a lot of it for me. Like, you needed a lot of it. Wasn't cheap when I looked it up. So I kept going with the pine shavings. I'm sure there's probably some research somewhere that says it's not good for them. I'm using it. My chickens are fine. I think a pack of this bedding goes for like $6, $7 at Tractor Supply. That's where I go. My Tractor Supply is about 15 minutes, I think, 15 minutes away. It's in the county. So I just drive down to Tractor Supply, and normally when I go, I get like 4 or 5 bags because I use the same thing for the quail. So I get about 4 or 5 bags, and I'll have them on hand. And when I go, I also get like 2 bags of chicken food and quail food at this point. The quail don't eat as much as the chickens do, and my chickens are looking at their feeding tray like, lady, where is our food? I want to clean this out because I do put their food in the inside of the coop. So you would think that you wouldn't have predators in urban areas. Or I'm not going to say you. I didn't think I was going to have any real predators. I thought like cats would be a thing. Maybe the occasional bird. I didn't know, you know, eagle, like a big bird that could pick them up and take them. But never in my wildest dream did I think a possum. So I'm going to try to show you this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. So after I got this new coop, we put chicken wiring down under the coop. So it's all the way around. I don't know why this part is just up, but I'm going to pull the soil from under that and put it back down. So what that will do, and I extended it outside of the coop. So it's all the way to the fence, and it's further forward in the front of the coop as well. So if something were to get into the run area, because it can, the top of my run is open, it would have to still get into the coop. And so they won't be able to dig down to get under the coop because they're gonna hit the wiring. So that was my thought on that. I saw it on another YouTube channel. And so that's how I am protecting them from predators, because we had a possum come, I think it came 2 or 3 times, scared the mess out of me. The good thing is the chickens were hollering. Like, it was late at night, chickens put themselves to bed. Watch out. They'll let you know if something is wrong. You just have to come and help them. And honest truth, the first time that it happened, that cat that I didn't like, it was out here, and it was actually like eye to eye with the possum. And then once we came out and I had on my headlamp and all of that stuff and we were making noise, the possum left. But honest truth, the cat was the one who helped us the first time. So what I'm digging out of here, I can definitely, it is broken down. I can take this and put it into a garden bed, and I'm probably going to use it in the, what in the whole entire world? Back up, lady. I'll probably use it in the flower bed. See that? It's broken down really well, and it can now be used. So we're going to get a pot and we're gonna get this up and use it in the garden. So that little space gave us a whole grow bag full of basically fertilizer for the garden. And I could also just sit this at like the base of the plants that are already growing, and they would get some fertilizer. And so this is what I mean when I feed things out of my garden that I could use to my chickens. It's still gonna go back to the garden for future use, because this is nice broken down chicken manure at this point. So pretty excited about that. So if you aren't new here, you know I lost a chicken. When I first started this, I lost a chicken. And so when I say that it's important to at least know what could ail them, that's one of the things you want to know, what could ail them, so that you can pay attention to that. And I did know at the time, but I was busy and I didn't get around to coming to clean her butt. And someone asked me in another video, is it really, like, do you really have to clean chickens' butts? Yeah, if it's that situation, yes, you really do, because they can die. Her name was Love. She was a Brahma. And so I am finding that even Peace, she loses her feathers right often. They're very cold hardy, but I think they're a little more delicate than the rest of the chickens. I have had no issues with my black sex links. They made it through winter just fine, and I just don't have problems with them. But I love Peace, so we're keeping her. But yeah, I don't want to make it seem like just go get chickens just because that's what I did, and don't do your research. You know, that's what I did. It worked out. But I'm not telling anybody else to do that, because losing Love was tough. But it also taught me a lesson. You have to pay attention. You have to look at them. You know, sometimes I just stand out here with them and I just look to see if anything looks off. Because they are depending on me for their survival. And I made the choice to get them. And so I have to take care of them. And that is how I look at it. Like I said, what I'm doing right now. Hey, get away. It's the little white one. I think she's a, no, I don't think I know. She's an Americana. So she's wild. Like, she is wild. I don't even know how else to say it. I thought my black sex links were wild. Nope. That Americana is wild. So, yeah, I would say just do the basic research if you want to get them. And do make sure that you protect them as best you can. Like, I would like to close off the top of my run for them. I'm still trying to figure out my best way to do that, but eventually I will be closing off the top of the run for them, because I now know that I absolutely have predators in my urban setting. Let's see if I can get them, and I will show you my chickens. So this is Bertha. I was able to get her. She is a black sex link. Very pretty. Very, very pretty chicken. This is Betty. This is Betty. And I've learned to hold them, which, you know, make sure you have their feathers down, because if they flap it, it does hurt. But this is, I said Betty. This is Bertha. That's Bertha. She's also a black sex link. Beautiful, beautiful chicken. This is the wild Americana I was telling you about. She lays, I think, those blue greenish eggs, but she is wild. I'm gonna let her go because she wild. I don't know her name. She's one of the states or cities, because there's Texas and Dallas, and there's New York and something. I don't know. Anyway, she is a olive egger. She's a, can't think of the name. I put it on the screen, but she's an olive egger. Yeah, she's very pretty. She's my smallest one. I don't know why she's so small, but there's another olive egger somewhere out here. Oh, she's over there. They're very pretty. Like the gray. Y'all are crooked. One of those chickens did it. Like, she's gray. She's over in the corner. She doesn't seem to be coming. Peace took off when she thought I was coming to get her. But those are the chickens. I have Brahma, pieces of Brahma. And then I have another olive egger. Sapphire olive eggers is what they're called. But I'm gonna speed you up. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover, just let me know. Like I said, I feed them the grub terra treats, good for their eggs. I've never had an issue with their eggs being weak anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much my care for the chickens. I don't do a lot, but I don't want to say it's not a lot, if that makes sense, because you do have to come out here in the cold, in the rain, in the sleet, in the snow, in the heat. You have to feed them. You have to give them water. You have to do all of that. So I don't want to act as if it's not a big deal, like you can go days without feeding them, but they do have waterers and feeders that are large enough where you maybe don't, but you still would want to check on them. In the winter, if you're in an area that freezes, you are going to have to like dump their water at night or risk trying to get a block of ice out of their waterer. You can warm them. I don't warm them. I have no experience in warming water. I don't do it. I just pour their water out at night because they're going to sleep. They don't need water anyway. And then in the morning I fill it and I bring it back out. My daughter does most of their care in the winter because I do not like the cold. So in the summer, I take care of them mostly. In the winter, my daughter does it. I don't like the cold. It was a joint effort when we got them, and so we're going to do this as a joint effort. I don't do anything extra in the winter. Like, I don't put up plastic around their coop or anything like that. They're pretty cold hardy. Now, I haven't had the 4 new ones over winter, so I'll have to watch that. But I put extra bedding down. I do the deep litter method where I just keep putting wood chips over their manure because it does heat it up a little bit. But other than that, I don't do anything extra in the winter for them either. But if I didn't answer any of your questions, like if you have other questions, I got them, the first 3 from Tractor Supply, the last 4 I got from a feed and seed store that's about an hour away. Tractor Supply has a 4 chicken minimum, so you have to get 4 chickens. The feed and seed store that's an hour away, you can buy 1 chicken. So I could have just replaced Love. However, you don't want to put 1 chicken into an already established flock. It probably would not go well. I did do enough research on trying to integrate them to know that was Peace. Probably wouldn't go well. Come here, Peace. She was like, nah, lady. She went the other way. Peace. And she's a beautiful chicken too. Got somebody over here pecking me. Can y'all see? Hey, girl. That's Bertha. But other than that, it's not a lot, but you do have to be aware that they depend on you for their care. That's all. That's really all. For their care, for their protection, for their life. They depend on you for their life. So that is chicken care. If you have questions, drop them in the comment box and I will come and answer them. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, I need to get the cobwebs out of here too. But I'm gonna put you on, I'm gonna speed you up and I'm gonna clean out the quail area because the same way they also have the chicken bedding at the bottom that runs further out of their coop so that the dog, y'all. So let's go clean the quail coop. We got some eggs and a good amount of manure coming out of there. I need to find another bag. The chickens already started scratching through it. They are so busy. I want this for my garden. Okay. everybody's taken care of. Thank goodness. So everybody's good for a little while now. I'm gonna get everybody some water. The chickens don't look like they need any water, but the quail, well, I just dumped it out. So that is my chicken bird fowl care. Because people were interested, so I figured I would show you. The only thing I need to do now is hey, get that. Bye-bye. You know, I may have shown y'all the black majestic Moran, not one of the, hey, be nice, not one of the black sex links. Well, no, they were both. I didn't show you the majestic Moran. That was her that I just told to get down. So I did measure, y'all. So it is 13 by 11. That's my space. I have never measured that, but everybody's asking, so I figured I would. 13 by 11. That's my space for my chickens. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.